Jillian is responsible for sharing accurate information about the science behind Isagenix products through educational presentations to the field and on articles on isagenixhealth.net. I bet you a lot of you have read those articles. Although Jillian has only been working for Isagenix for 3 years. She's been a product user for over 11 years. Her personal health transformation and experience using Isagenix products allows her to connect with the field and provide valuable advice and guidance. Jillian has a strong passion for sharing her knowledge about nutrition and health with others. She is a registered dietitian with a master's degree in nutrition from ASU. Beyond her work at Isagenix, Jillian is the marketing coordinator for the Arizona Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics and is an active member of Dobson Ranch Toastmasters Club. During her free time, Jillian enjoys playing soccer and spending time at her family's cabin at Happy Jack, Arizona. That should be her walk-up song. Happy Jack will always be home sweet home to me. Good old Happy Jack, Arizona. Jillian Barkim, please join us on stage.
I am so excited to be here. Ooh, I like this. We got a party going on up here. I have to tell you, Bozeman probably has the nicest, most welcoming people I have ever met. We're probably keeping, I've heard there's only one cab company here, we're probably keeping them in business right now because we're driving back and forth from our hotel. And every cab driver that we met has been phenomenal. And then I come here and meet all of you guys, and it's just the same thing. So thank you for all of your warm hearts. It's been a really pleasure to be here so far. And Mike, what a sweet guy, right? And he's funny. I think I'm going to have to change up my walk-up song now. Mike, will you record that for me so that I can just play that when I walk up here? Okay, awesome, great, thank you. So just a couple questions for you guys. First of all, how many of you guys have watched our live stream before? We have a full group of people that are watching on live stream now. Over 1,000 people are watching. So can we say on the count of 3, hello, live streamers? You guys okay with that? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello, live streamers. They're all watching you. Awesome. So make sure you check out Isagenix Live if you ever cannot attend an event. It's a great way to be there. How many of you guys love Isagenix products? All right. And I saw we have a few guests here, so is there anyone that hasn't tried any Isagenix before? Okay, we got a couple. Awesome. I'm so excited for you to be here and learn all about the products. Now, is there anyone here that when you're sharing the products, you might be a little overwhelmed? I mean, there's a lot to share. There's, are you compliant? Is there anyone out there that ever feels that way? Okay, well, my goal at the end of this is to really give you guys some nuggets, a couple nuggets that you can take away, you feel confident sharing about the products, and really know how to share those with others so that they know about the products and they can experience all those great results that we have all experienced with the products. Now, a couple of things. As Mike mentioned, I am a registered dietitian. I have my master's degree in nutrition from Arizona State University. I just love nutrition. I love everything about it. I love the science of it. I love helping people. I love seeing the transformations. So when I actually graduated from grad school, I was looking for a job, and the name Isagenix, I had used the products, and so I just Googled it. I just Googled to see if there were any options. And I found an opportunity to work with the research and development team. And so that's where I was for the first 2 years while I was at Isagenix, writing articles for isagenixhealth.net like Mike was explaining. And then I had the opportunity recently, about 7 months ago, to transition over to the sales team. So now I'm using all of that product knowledge I had, and I'm sharing it with all these people on live stream and here today so that I can really, it's my passion, so I'm so excited to be up here with all of you guys. Now, Isagenix is a product-based company, right? I mean, that's what we're all about. If we didn't have good products, we wouldn't be anything. That's what we're all about. And you'll see that our executive leadership team, Jim and Kathy and Eric, they're all really dedicated to having high quality products. We spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on testing, on studies, on creating these new products. And to have that dedication is, for me, that's what it's all about. I see behind the scenes our team really dedicated to making sure that our products really are top notch. They're really that high quality nutrition. And I'm sure you guys can tell when you're taking it, you're feeling it. But I just want to let you know behind the scenes, it's really that commitment is there from our executive leadership team. Now, when you're sharing the products, again, it can be a little intimidating. So first things first, don't feel like you have to be the product expert. I'm going to give you a lot of information and some really strong nuggets that you can take with you, but just know that we have so many tools that you can share. IsagenixHealth.net. A lot of times when people ask me questions about products, I go on there, find the article that talks about it, and just send them the link, right? So easy. Does anyone else do that? Awesome. So easy. So use those tools on ISA Sales Tools. We have tons of product training information that you can share with people too. So number one, don't feel like you have to be the product expert. Number two, there's really three things that when I'm talking about the products or giving a presentation that I try to touch on about every product. The first thing is, what is it? Pretty common, right? What is the product? And sometimes it seems kind of, you should know, but sometimes if you take, say, let's say Ionic Supreme, the name of it doesn't give it away, what it is right away, right? So you have to explain what it is to them. The second thing is, what makes it unique? Huge question. Why would I use this protein shake when I can get this protein shake at the grocery store for, $5? Or when I go to the grocery store, I just want to grab one out of the refrigerated section and drink that one, right? So what makes this unique? Why would they choose this product over something else? And the third thing is how to use it. I think that's really important because people want to know how it's going to be integrated into their daily lives. Is this something that I'm going to have to do a 10-day lemonade cayenne pepper cleanse or something like that? So really explain to them how you use the products is very key. The last thing I really want to touch on when you're sharing products is being compliant. And I know that sometimes you really have to put that compliant hat on, think before you speak. And as Peter was saying earlier, sometimes people just get so excited. They just want to share everything and just words are just spewing out of their mouths. But, when you're on the other side of it and you're receiving that information, it can come off wrong, or they can take that wrong. And all of a sudden this live product is spewing to everyone else. So really making sure when you're sharing the products, we're being compliant. This is really great, high quality nutrition. We don't need to throw any gimmicks in there. We know that when people try the products, they're going to get the results. So there's no need to throw in all this extra fluff in there. So really sticking with the facts. That label on the product is probably one of your best resources. I don't know if you know that a label on a product, any food product, it takes forever to create what you can say on those products. I've gone to a few meetings with our teams, our research and development team and our legal team, and just to say the word healthy on a product, it has to meet a list of 10 things, and you have to check it off, make sure it has less than 3 grams of fat, all this stuff. So sticking with that label is going to be a really key way to make sure you're sharing the products compliant, and that's easy, right? Because you can just hold it in front of them and read right off the label, your little cheat sheet, right there. Easy way to do it. All right, so Isagenix, it has these solutions. Let me get to the first slide on here. Here's something awesome. Okay. Oh, no, can we go back to the solution slide? They're going to help me out. Okay, so we have these core products, So Isagenix has these solutions, which we talked about earlier. We have weight management, healthy aging, energy, and performance. So those are our solutions. And within those solutions, we have core products. So no matter what your goal is, these core products are really the key to getting you started. So how many people have weight loss goals? Anyone have, you want to lose a couple extra pounds? Awesome, okay. Anyone out there just want to age healthy? They're just looking to age healthier, maintain muscle. What about any people that have energy needs? You want to stay energized. You don't want to have that fatigue. It looks like a lot of people are in all these solutions, right? Okay, awesome. That's okay. They all kind of intertwine anyways. What about any performance people? Anyone out there trying to get fit? Yeah, and to get a little bit of muscle, really perform in your sport? Great. So no matter what your goal is, we have these core products that everyone uses, no matter what your goal is. The difference might be how you use them. Like Eric was saying, he's really trying to, put on muscle mass, increase that performance, and so he's using 3 shakes a day. For someone that is fairly sedentary, maybe they don't work out too much, but they want to lose a few pounds, 3 shakes a day isn't really going to be necessary if they have their 2 shakes, their healthy meal, and their healthy snacks. So really how you use the products is really key. So I think that's something when you're sharing the products, You got to ask the person what their goal is. First thing, what do you want out of this? Do you want to lose weight? Maybe you're training for a marathon. Maybe you're, you really want to you want to get more toned. All those things are really important. So first question you ask is, what is their goal? All right, so we're going to jump into these products. Hopefully we can get the slides going. Do you guys have any of the product of the Iceland shake? That'd be awesome because it has all the points. Anyways, I'll just kind of jump into it. So I know Eric kind of covered some of these points. I could talk about this stuff for days, so I can just keep going on and on. I don't need slides. I just want you guys to have the slides with those little nuggets on there. So the Iceland shake. This is really our, again, bread and butter. Here we go. All right. Our complete meal replacement. So it's like Eric was saying, it's really the bread and butter of what Isagenix is all about. It's that foundation, that product is really the foundation of Isagenix. And I'm with Eric, if I could not go a day without this. Half my bag right now when I came here, I brought a carry-on, but half of it is Isagenix products. Lots of shakes in there. We're working it all day and stuff, so I just have my shakes, my bars, good to go. So this shake, what is it? That question, what is it? It's a complete meal replacement. That first word, complete, means a lot. A complete meal replacement means that it has the right amounts of protein, carbohydrates, yes, carbohydrates are in there and they're good for you, and healthy fats. So it has all those macronutrients. Now someone will come to you and say, hey, I saw this other shake, it's 90 calories, it's 1 gram of fat, why wouldn't I be using that shake? It's lower calories, less fat. Well, the problem is it's really not going to have that complete nutrition. And that same person that asked me the question came back a week later and was like, I was starving after having it. Because it doesn't even fill you up. It's not going to have enough calories to keep you full and not enough fiber in there. So that word complete means a lot. It's that complete meal replacement where it has all those macronutrients in there. Another key point, why this is a unique product. It is clinically shown to support weight loss and maintenance of lean muscle tissue. Huge. And that is because we do these studies on our products. Again, working with the research and development team, seeing the time, the money, the effort that goes into building a clinical study is huge. It's very expensive for the company. And to have our leaders really be all in on that is a big deal. So having these studies, who's heard of the University of Illinois at Chicago study that we did? Okay, a good few of you. If any of you want the details, I'm going to go over some of them, the results in just a little bit. But just again, isagenixhealth.net has the clinical publications. So are there any science, total minded out people out there that love to read? Okay, I see her back there. She's like, ooh, I love it. I love science, and so reading even just the nitty-gritty, dirty science articles are really what I like. Of course, we have isagenixhealth.net that takes those really complex articles and it explains it in a lot more, readable language. So great for anyone. So make sure you check out those clinical studies. Keeps you fuller longer. This goes back to that friend that came and asked me about that shake that was 90 calories, 0 grams of fiber. We have 8 grams of fiber in here. And that's huge because what's the number one thing when people get off track is because they're hungry, right? They get tempted because they're starving, there's nothing to eat, they go get to the vending machine. And so many people, you probably know these people that they have that one snack that gets them off track and they're like, oh, this day's over, I'm just gonna eat whatever I want. Does anyone know anyone like that? Has anyone done that before? Yes, okay. You're like myself. I've done it too. You're just like, oh, it's over. I already had that chocolate bar, so screw it, I'm gonna go get a burger, no big deal. So, but when you're not having those cravings and you're feeling fuller, you're not gonna have that temptation. So this shake really helps with that. And then finally, I think a huge point, this isn't really science-y, but when I share Isagenix, this really sticks with people showing that it's less than $3 per meal. Because when you think about it, when I go to, if you go out to lunch at work or something, it's $10, especially if you're trying to eat healthy and you're getting a salad and salmon on it or something, and then you're at $15. So really knowing that you're going to get that full meal for $3 is a huge, unique aspect to this shake. Now, how to use it. Of course, we have our general guidelines of replacing 2 of your meals with an Iceland shake. And again, that's for someone that maybe is kind of active, fairly sedentary though. They have these weight loss goals. It's a great starting point is what I like to think. So it's where you start and then you're following up with them. Are you feeling hungry still? Are you're exercising more? So let's look at what else we can do to kind of change that daily regimen. So never feel like you can't customize your shake days to yourself or to what someone else needs, right? Because that's what it's all about. It's a lifestyle. It's not a diet. So it's taking our general guidelines and making it work for you. All right. Cleanse for Life. I know we had a ton of people already saying that they love this product. I love this product as well. And so what is it? It's a whole body nutritional cleanse. And the best way I like to explain how this works and what makes it unique is that it supports the body's natural detoxification systems. Can you guys say that with me? It supports the body's natural detoxification systems. And the reason I love that explanation is because sometimes I feel like this product gets misconstrued a lot. They're thinking if you've never had a cleanse drink, you're just full of toxins and your body is just such a mess. But our body actually really has great detoxification processes in place. It's just like any old machine that gets used too much. It just starts not working very well. It starts to get inefficient, especially if you're someone that is exposed to a lot of those things, whether it's through obesity, environmental toxins, eating toxins in your food. So Cleanse for Life, the way I like to think of it is it really just supports that process more. If you're think of it a little toxin. I'm a toxin, I'm in a car, and I'm parked at a red light, and there's lots of, those days when like every red light is in front of you, you're like, oh my gosh, what the heck, I cannot get through this. So what Cleanse for Life does that I like to think of as it actually turns all those lights green. So it really moves that process along, right? Really supports that process of detoxification, and we have that process in place. It's just supporting it so it's more efficient. Cleanse days support weight loss and healthy metabolism, and that's really when it's combined with those shake days. All right, this is important. If I had to say one reason why Isagenix works, just one reason, someone just came up to you, well, why would I want to do this? Why would I want to do this? One reason Isagenix works is when you combine those shake days with those Isolene shakes, that great quality protein that you're supporting muscle growth and maintenance. And then you have this cleanse day where you're really giving your body rest. You're triggering that fat burning. When you combine those two, it's the best thing for getting that healthy lifestyle that you want. Because so many people will go on a diet. Say you do that 10-day lemonade diet I was talking about. Yes, you're going to lose weight. You're definitely going to lose weight, right? But it's going to be at the expense of a lot of muscle mass. And when you lose muscle, your metabolism drops. Muscle is a super, super greedy tissue. It just wants to eat calories all day. That's why you see those huge bodybuilders, they eat a ton. They're like eating 3,000, 4,000 calories because that muscle is super greedy. So by maintaining that muscle and building that muscle mass by having this high quality protein and coupling that with these cleanse days where you're really going to be triggering fat burning in the right way, right? Really doing it the right way, the smart way, doing it 1 or 2 days. We don't want to go on a prolonged 10-day cleanse. When you combine the guidelines of our cleanse day with those shake days, you're going to really be building muscle and burning fat. And that's why people maintain it. That's the biggest issue, right? People lose weight and then they gain it back. They just yo-yo. So anyone can lose weight, but it's about maintaining it. And that's why Isagenix is the right answer, because of those two keys of the shake day and the cleanse day. And then finally, it supports liver, immune, cellular health. This product is just an overall, when you look at the ingredients, it's packed with great nutrition. It's all those ingredients that I heard as a dietitian when I was in college. You want to take these herbal products or make sure you're getting them into your diet. They're all in there. So how do you use Cleanse for Life? Does anyone here do daily cleansing? Great. So daily cleansing for some of the newbies or someone that might not be familiar is when you have Cleanse for Life like a normal supplement. It's kind of like how you would take something like Ionic Supreme. You take it daily. It's a great antioxidant support. It's going to support all of those different bodily functions that you have going on and that great antioxidant support as well. So that's something you can just take daily. I love to have it as a warm tea. I don't know if anyone's done it, especially because I'm freezing here in Bozeman. So last night we went out to dinner to Ale Works, and we were standing out. It was delicious. I don't know if anyone's been there. Not an Isagenix 400, 600 calorie meal, but we're on vacation here, so I'm enjoying it. But so we were standing outside, and it is, everyone's out there in like t-shirts and shorts and like jeans. I'm bundled up. I had to finally be like, I'm going inside. I can't wait for the cab out here. But if you have it a warm tea, especially on a day and a cleanse day, I don't know if anyone's noticed this, that sometimes you get a little chilly. It's actually because your body is not burning all those calories. When you're actually digesting food, your body is there's a thermal activity going in there. So sometimes on those cleanse days when you're cold, having a little warm cleanse is a great way to kind of combat that little cold that you got going on. We also have the one-day cleanse. Does anyone do one-day cleansing? Awesome. That's like my love one-day cleansing. We do Cleanse Day Wednesdays in the office. You guys got to get on board with that one. So that one-day cleanse, you are cutting out your shakes, your bars. You're not having any of that food. It's really a day to let your digestive system rest and let your body rest and have this great nutritional support from Cleanse for Life. And that's something that makes it really unique compared to other cleanses. I mean, I'm sure you've heard, like Eric was saying, the poopy cleanse, or, those cleanses that really make you feel depleted, or even just water cleanses where you're not eating anything. The idea of Cleanse for Life is it's really going to nourish your body along with that process, support that detoxification, and help you with fat burning by decreasing those calories. So that's that one-day cleanse. You're really going to focus on having your body really go through that recovery process. You have Cleanse for Life 4 times throughout the day. You can have it warm, you can have it with ice. I know someone that actually blends it up in the ice blender with ice like a slushie almost. So get creative with it. Again, it's about customizing for yourself. Take those guidelines that we give you and make it work for you, because again, this is a lifestyle. And then we have the 2-day cleanse. Anyone a 2-day cleanse fans? All right, I love it. Lots of people here. So those 2-day cleanses back to back. So you do that one day, just like I explained, back to back. And I think when someone's coming up to me and they're wondering, should I do 1 day, should I do 2 day? I usually recommend start with a 1 day. Just the first time you cleanse, just try it. See what you think. If you're confident, you're ready to do the next day, go for it, totally. But sometimes having just knowing they just have 1 day to get down gives them a little bit of confidence, because it's a little intimidating. Was anyone intimidated during their first cleanse? Yeah, okay. So a great way to get them started is just recommend that 1 day, but with the optimal fat burning and really reaching those goals, if they're motivated, 2 days is the way to go. I mean, we just see such great results with that. So, and of course, again, making it work for them. No more than 4 cleanse days in a month is our general recommendation. So if you do 2 cleanse days, it's every other week. If you do 1 cleanse day, you could do it 1 day a week. And it's, again, general recommendation. And we have a dog in here. I don't know what's going on, but this cute little dog. Hi, he has a little green collar on. He's our Isogenics dog. It's okay. He was just here for the fun. Just want to make sure everyone was aware of that. All right. Yeah, we're in Bozeman, right? Just animals just walk in. I love it. Yeah, at least it wasn't a bear. I love that. Yeah, at least it wasn't a bear. Okay, I want to jump to our next core product, Ionix Supreme. This is the one product that if someone is taking and they stop taking it, they notice a total difference. People swear by this. When we're at events, like at Celebration or NYKO, and usually we have booths out front, so we have booths for different programs. And I can't tell you how many people come up and they're like, I forgot my Ionix Supreme. Give me some Ionix Supreme. What can you do? Can you get some from the sales office, the staff office? So that Ionix Supreme is a huge key part of many people's Isogenics daily routines. So what is it? It's nature's answer to stress. And I love this because when I first say that, most people are like, okay, great, because I just get so stressed every single day when I'm sitting in traffic. My blood boils. And I want to tell them, that's not going to change that. It's not going to make you not ever feel stressed again. But what it does is it helps your body better manage that negative impact that stress has on your body. I'm going to say that again because it's important. Ionix Supreme helps better manage the negative impact that stress has on your body. So think about a day when you're really stressed. At the end of the day, how do you feel? Exhausted, tired, you're achy, you just feel like you have brain fog, right? So that just shows that even physical or mental stress and physical stress, it has a real impact on our bodies. It really affects us. And so the idea, the way that Ionix Supreme works with those great adaptogens in there, is that it helps you negate that negative impact. So it doesn't mean you're never going to feel stress again when you're sitting in traffic, or if you're in work or something, you're feeling stressed. Doesn't mean you're never going to feel that way. It just means it's going to help your body better manage that stressful impact, so you don't have as much of those physical symptoms of stress. Adaptogens, such a unique item in this product, right? This is the number one unique thing that you would share about Ionix Supreme. So adaptogens are it's a class of herbs and botanicals. A lot of people have heard of them because they're in a lot of if anyone's in performance or energy, things like pre-workouts have a lot of these. It's like Elithro, Rhodiola, Schizandra. They do a ton of studies in athletes with adaptogens. In fact, how they found out about adaptogens was back in the days when the Soviet Union was kicking everyone's butt in the Olympics. And when after the Olympics, they came out and shared that these athletes were using a lot of these adaptogens. And the benefits to it are everything from endurance to stamina to mental clarity. And so when you look at what they were doing for athletes, it transitions over to everyone too. Adaptogens, these herbs, they're grown kind of in unique areas, and usually they're grown in really rocky terrain. So if you think of a plant growing up in very rocky terrain, it doesn't have a lot of nutrient love, right? It's kind of on its own. So it's built to really live in these stressful environments. So what they do is they really help your body adapt. Easiest way to explain it, they help your body adapt so that you combat those effects of environmental, mental, and physical stressors. And finally, that improves clarity and mental focus. I know that the biggest thing is that when I'm stressed, at the end of the day, like we all said, you're tired, you're exhausted, you're not thinking straight, right? So Ionic Supreme is going to have that secondary effect by really supporting your body through those stressful circumstances. How do you use Ionic Supreme? I love how Eric was going over here. I love his, you take it that second before you jump into bed, otherwise you're going to be feeling up and awake. Because with Ionic Supreme, what I've noticed when I talk to people about how they use it, it's so unique. I mean, people have really different ways, or sometimes it really makes them feel awake, or sometimes it really helps them go to sleep, or people like it right after their workout, or they like to put it in their shake. And so the best thing is just to get it in. It doesn't matter, it's really getting those adaptogens in. You'll see that we also have adaptogens sprinkled in some of our other products because of how beneficial they are. So again, this is another one of those products. I am huge in customizing. Make it work for you. We have these general guidelines. If you do have questions, just check in on isagenixhealth.net, submit us a question about if you have a certain way that you're customizing you want to check in on, but really make it work for you. So whether you have in the morning, at night, middle of the day, all those ways and around, if you have it in the morning and night and middle of the day, it's okay too. All right, Aegis Essentials with Product B Isogenesis. Now, this is my favorite product. Honestly, hands down, favorite product. It's definitely not the sexiest product, right? I mean, when you have a shake and you slim down and you see the results right away, this product is more of that healthy aging aspect, but from a nutritionist standpoint, looking at the ingredients and knowing how the forms of the vitamins and minerals in there, knowing the doses that are in there, and having even the divided dose, the AM and PM packs, there's so much scientific thought behind that. I mean, I wasn't, here when they were developing that product, but I can just imagine how much they went back and forth. We sit in these boardrooms, we write stuff down, we're working with the manufacturers, all that stuff. This is such a well-designed product. I love that it's in the AM and PM packs. You tear them, you have one in the morning, one at night. I'm more one in the morning, one with my PM snack at work, because if I try to take it home, it gets lost in my purse, in my car, on the counter. But the idea is to have it in a divided dose. And there's a reason for that. If you say you're like, I'm just going to take them all at one time. I don't care. I'm just going to pour out AM, pour out PM. I'm just going to take them all at one time. You're not going to benefit as much as if you had it in the divided dose. When you have all those nutrients in one big dose, you only have so many receptors in your stomach to absorb. And so a lot of times they do get excreted. So the idea of why we have an AM and PM pack is so that you're getting as much absorption from this dose and as much absorption from this dose, because we know that we need to meet certain minimums. It popped in my head. I was writing an article for isagenixhealth.net, and I came across this study. It was a survey, so it's not as credible as something that it's an actual, epidemiological study. But in this survey, they found that people only meet their daily nutrients for all vitamins and minerals 7 days out of the year. For all of them. You think about, maybe some days you meet that vitamin D dose, and maybe other days you actually meet all your vitamin C because you had a ton of citrus or something, So some days you meet those, but to meet all of those nutrients is really, really hard to do. So that's why what this is that nutrient insurance. It's going to provide you that little ticket to know, hey, even if I, don't eat that apple today, or I don't eat that orange today, I'm going to be getting all of the nutrient insurance that I need. So in those packs, you have C-Lite, which is our vitamin C product. Any vitamin C fans out there? I did my thesis on vitamin C, so I love vitamin C. Okay. So it has C-Lite in there, which has 500 milligrams of vitamin C. We have Aegis Actives, which is an awesome pill. It has our resveratrol in there, which is that antioxidant. Has anyone heard the story of why you drink red wine? Because you're going to get antioxidants, right? You guys have heard that? So 1 glass of red wine has about 1 milligram of resveratrol, which is that antioxidant. In this capsule, you're getting 250 milligrams. So you can either have this capsule, or you can drink 250 glasses of wine. I'm just going to say, just take the facts, okay? It also has that CoQ10 in there, which Eric talked about. Super important, especially as we're aging. Vitamin D, even in sunny Arizona, where we get ton of sun exposure, we know vitamin D can also be created by the body when you're out in the sun and processed through the skin. But even in sunny Arizona, people are not meeting the needs for vitamin D. Especially, you guys up here in Bozeman, I mean, you need to get that vitamin D in because it's cloudy, it's cold up here during the winter months especially, right? So this is a great way. Again, that nutrient insurance, days when you're not out in the sun, days when you're not getting those nutrients in through your diet, you're going to get that covered. We also have our ISO Omega in there, so that's those omega-3. We know that eating different forms of fish are really important to get those omega-3 fatty acids in there, important for heart health, skin health, brain health, all those things, all covered right here, right? Again, that nutrient insurance is going to have that covered. And then product B. I love this product because it's so cutting edge. It's just like so cutting edge science. If you guys have seen any of the videos that we have on Product B, they're always like in a lab and they're like testing different things. And it's really based on Nobel Prize winning research. That product is based on research that they found to support healthy aging, what you need to do. And that telomere support is the answer. So in this pack, you get all of that. Isn't that awesome? I mean, it's so easy, too. You just tear it open and take it with, either with your shake in the morning. That's what I do. Again, taking it with food is really key because it's going to help with that absorption, too. Especially if someone ever gets an upset stomach when using this, make sure they're taking it with food. Sometimes, like, those different nutrients all together can cause an upset stomach. So taking it with food is really the best way to go, the best absorption, and prevent any GI distress. All right, now we have our new product, Amped. I love this product. And part of my role on the sales team is to oversee a few of our sales programs. One of those sales programs is Team Isagenix. We have Team Isagenix fans out there? We have Jesse Johnson out here. Awesome. Yeah, so Team Isagenix is all about our athletes. And Amped is the first product of our performance line. And I just know, talking to all these athletes, that this is really a huge demand. And for me, what I see it as is expanding our demographic. We have tons of people that come to Isagenix that want to lose weight or healthy aging aspects, but we really need to have strong products to support them for people that are athletes, those elite athletes that want to improve their performance, and that's what Amped is. This is our pre-workout product. It really is focused to increase performance, power, and strength, and the three main ingredients in there really work to do that. We have creatine, citrulline, and nitrosamine. Creatine really supports the energy production in our muscles. So obviously when you're working out, you got to have energy to do it, right? You got to keep going. And then nitrosamine and citrulline work to deliver more blood to those muscles. So if you think about it, when you're working out, those muscles, they need a lot to keep performing. And so when you're delivering more blood, there's more nutrients in there. It's really going to help them perform better, and you're going to be able to go longer, harder, longer. And I can just tell you that I have gotten into my new routine of before I work out. So I take my dog on walks most mornings. I go on runs every once in a while. And then about 3 days a week, I'll go do resistance training. I know how important, can't you guys tell, right? I'm really trying to. So resistance training is so important for building muscle. And so I've gotten this new routine because I love our E-Shot. Who loves the E-Shot, right? So before Amped came out, E-Shot was my pre-workout. So I didn't want to lose that because I love how it makes me feel, and it gives you that sustained energy, right? Rather than those spikes and crash like those other energy drinks do. So my routine is E-Shot at home because I work out in the morning. So I wake up, E-Shot at home while I'm getting dressed. And then I make my Amped pre-workout. I drink it in the car on the way to my workout. And then I have my IsoPro after workout. So I have found a way to get in my E-Shot, my pre-workout, and then get my protein at the end. And trust me, guys, you got to try it. You feel awesome. I noticed the other day I didn't take my Amped. I know, bad. But I was going to the gym after work, and I was rushing, and I didn't grab it. So I went to the gym, and I was there for like 20 minutes. I was like, oh, I'm kind of done. I'm over this. I don't want to do it anymore. And I just noticed that when I had that Amped, I'm on that machine. Instead of doing that normal like 50, I'm like, oh, I can do 20, pushing a little bit more. And what you'll see is Amped by itself is not going to make you get muscle. It's going to help you push yourself a little bit harder. So that's really the key of what Amped is. It's going to give you that option to really push it, take it to that next rep, take it, get that extra muscle in by actually working harder, and you're going to feel better doing it. So with this product, I know that since it's new, I wrote out some of the most common FAQs that I've gotten about it. So I just want to touch on these since it's new, and I know a lot of questions developing about it. The first one is, will I gain weight? And that really revolves around that one ingredient, creatine. It's a product that's used in tons of pre-workout products. And people are worried that, if they've seen in the past, and a lot of people in the bodybuilding industry have noticed that if you take creatine, you actually absorb more water and you gain water weight. The thing is that when that happened, those people were usually taking about 20 to 30 grams of creatine, which is a lot. It's a lot of creatine. And yes, when you do that, it will draw water into your muscles. The amount of creatine in Amped is 3 grams. So it's a lot less. It's going to still help get that energy going in those muscles, but at the same time, it's not going to have that negative side effect. You're really not going to notice it. I mean, I take it and don't feel like I'm getting this like water weight going on here. Trying to get a little bulk here. So that's one big thing is to realize with Isagenix, we always make sure that our doses are supported by science. We really don't want to put anything in there that's going to be gimmicky, that is going to get you to grab it because of the label. We want it to actually work. So with the creatine in there, it's based on science. It has a safe level in there to help you perform without having that negative side effect of people that use too much. And we know that if you have too much of anything, it can be harmful, right? You can drink too much water. So really it's about staying to what the label says, following the recommendations, and knowing that when we provide those recommendations, they're based on science and safety. The second question is, will this make me get bulky? And a lot of women have this question. They're thinking, oh, this is just for those bodybuilders out there. But really, those ingredients in there are just meant to help you work out harder. So it doesn't matter whether you're, some big bulky guy or you're someone that's just trying to go to the gym to lift some weights, you'll still be able to do that extra rep to get you more toned, more fit. And again, it's not the product that's going to make you get more muscle, it's you putting in the work, right? So that's really not a concern. How about I am a runner? So is Amped Power for me? This is really only for people that are going to do resistance training, right? No. If you think about it, when you're running, has anyone ran like a half marathon, any long distance, 10-mile runs, any of that stuff? Okay. So like at the end, you're just like dragging. You just feel exhausted. Your body is just overrun. And so with Amped, when you're delivering more of that blood flow to those muscles, it's going to help even if you're a runner, right? Because you got to perform. When you have depleted energy to your muscles, fatigue sets in, lactic acid starts building. So even if you are someone that does an endurance exercise, running, cycling, any of that stuff, Amped is still a great option for you. How about, does it contain steroids? This is what someone asked, and I think the greatest concern is you're working with athletes, right? A lot of them are professional athletes or elite athletes, or they have NCAA guidelines they need to be careful of. No, just to clarify that, no steroids in this. This product is really, again, those 3 main ingredients to support you so that you can perform more. No steroids in here. Any muscle building you're going to get is from your own hard work. Cleanse Day approved. Is this Cleanse Day approved, right? So this is I was talking to, I'm not sure if anyone knows David Despain. He's our science communications director. He's my go-to for all of my product questions. He was my boss when I worked in R&D, and he's been with the company for 10 years, so he knows the inside and out of all the products. So when we talked about this, we talked about, first we talked about Replenish, which came up. That's our sports drink, our healthier sports drink. And we were wondering, on a cleanse day, something like that, if you actually are doing some sort of activity on a cleanse day, say you do go for a couple-mile walk or you're doing some light exercise, Replenish would be a good thing to keep you hydrated during that cleanse day. So yes, if you're doing some sort of mild activity, Replenish is approved. Same goes for Amped. If you're doing some maybe a little more intense yoga on your cleanse day, Amped is going to be a great product to keep you going because a lot of times, you're on that cleanse day, you're not eating as much. So it's going to keep you going, but I think it's just really smart to make sure on the cleanse day that you're not overexerting yourself. That's the most important thing. So yes, if you want to try on your cleanse day, for me, I'm going to not use it on my cleanse day and focus more on those days when I'm hitting the gym or going on a run, because that's when I feel like I'm really going to put in the most work. And on that cleanse day, really focused on relaxing, resting, rather than trying to do some sort of intense exercise. And what age is this appropriate for? So the age that we recommend for this for Amped Power is 18 plus. And the reason for that is there's not a lot of scientific studies on those younger than 18 with these ingredients. And you'll see that with a lot of our products. That's actually a great thing to share with anyone that has questions about Cleanse for Life or Ionic Supreme. Why is it 18 plus? The reason for that is because a lot of those herbs and things, they're not tested in kids, which honestly would be pretty unethical to give a developing kid some herbs and say, hey, let's see what happens to you, So again, we're just really erring on the side of caution. Another thing that makes me so proud to be a part of Isagenix is really making sure that we're being safe and we're giving safe recommendations. So for Amped Power, the recommended age is 18 plus. All right, I'm going to jump to another one of our new products. I know you guys were excited about this one too. We have our coffee. I love, love, love this product. And I am a total coffee drinker, guys. I've been for a long time. There's so many benefits to coffee. When you look at the antioxidant status of it, there's just so much. Oh, it's isolate. Let me go back one. So many benefits to our coffee here. And again, why is this unique? Why would someone trade out the coffee they're already buying and get Isagenix coffee? First of all, it's fairly traded, and it has 100% Arabica beans. Very unique to this product. Its cool grind technology prevents over roasting. So it's actually made in very small batches, and that cool grind roasting is a more time-consuming process. So for us, it's a very laborious process to make the product, but we know that it's a better product in the end. Also, it has a lower acidity. So has anyone ever gotten, sometimes, actually, when I was in Costa Rica, they have really dark, really heavy coffee. Anyone been anywhere that they have that kind of really dark coffee? It's mostly cream in there because the little bit of coffee they put in there is so rich. And as soon as I had it, I was just having stomach pains. I was like, oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. And the reason for that is that acidity level. When you have a very acidic beverage, it can actually cause kind of some of those stomach discomforts. So by having a process that actually increases that acidity, so it's closer to a 6 on the pH scale versus a 5.5 of normal coffee, so you have a little bit of that difference. You're not going to have as much of that stomach discomfort, and also it's going to taste really good. So it's also infused with green tea extract and coconut oil, as well as trace minerals to support that acidity level. The coconut oil is really to give it that little bit of creamy nuttiness flavor, right? So good. Do you guys agree? So good. And the thing that I love about this, I'm going to confess. I usually put a little bit of cream and raw sugar in my coffee. But with this, she's like, do you put cream in your coffee? And I honestly don't, I'm all about enjoying life, portion control, it's okay. But I will say with this product, when I have it, I don't need any of the creamers. It's so smooth and delicious just the way it is. I personally love it iced, so I'll make it, put it in the fridge, and then have it just on ice. Really smooth finish. If you are someone that's I'm not giving up my creamer, no way, Jillian. Well, the way that you can still enjoy that and have a healthier option is to put some vanilla Isopro or even the chocolate Isopro in there. Has anyone tried that? Okay, we got a few people. Yeah, it is so delicious, and it gives it that creamy flavor that you're desiring, and you're getting some extra protein in there, which I love. So that's a great way to customize that coffee for you so that you're still enjoying it, and you're getting all those benefits of those great antioxidants that are in our coffee. And then, of course, we have our Isa Delights. Did anyone go to Celebration here? Okay, woo! I love it. So many people, great, you guys made the trip all the way out there. Okay, so Isa Delights, did you guys get to try the new flavors? Okay, raise your hand if you liked the mint better. And then who liked the salted caramel? Okay. Pretty much salted caramel wins, which I was not surprised. I do love that mint dark chocolate, but the salted caramel, guys, it's so good. Even if you have it with your Isagenix coffee, it just does not get any better. So this new product, we have these 2 new flavors. We know that what I love about Isa Delights is it's portion controlled because, well, it's portion controlled if you only have 1 serving. Usually when I say that, the person I'm talking to is like, well, I had 5 of them. So. But for someone that's trying to be health conscious and they really are motivated to stay on track, but of course, you're going to have those little cravings for something sweet. I love chocolate. So the idea of having a little chocolate that this is how many calories this is, it's going to be a little bit of a chocolate with benefits because it has that green tea infused in there. It's a great way to still have, get that craving covered. At the same time, now you're staying on track with whatever your goals are. So did you guys learn a lot about these products so far? Does anyone want to share any little nuggets they're taking away? Even if it's just one thing you remembered from this that you're going to take away that you thought was interesting, something you learned. Anyone want to share their little nugget? No one? Come on, Bozeman, Montana. He needs to take vitamins. Okay, you saw the benefits in the Ageless Essentials Daily Packs and how that's going to provide that nutrient insurance. Anyone else? Cleanse Day Wednesday. I love it, having that 1-day cleanse, and that kind of sticks with you, having that cleanse. And a really great way about thinking about doing that is having a community of people that do it with you, right? This kind of fun thing to do and have that support on that cleanse day. Anything else? How about over here? Red light, green light, the little story of how Cleanse for Life works to really support that natural detoxification process we have. How about one more? Right, amped. The doses in there are based on science and they're safe. Knowing those little tidbits are going to help you share the products because you want to feel confident when you're talking about it, right? So I think the first thing is your personal experience, right? You talk about, oh, I love to have my shake in the morning with, I add some fruit to it or whatever, but also knowing those little tidbits that are facts that you can share. And then finally knowing that we have all of the resources for you. You don't have to feel like you have to share all of the information. Give them a couple of those little nuggets and tell them, hey, I'm going to send you some great information so you can read up on it. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to get the answers for you too, right? So great ways to share the products, whether you're using your own personal story or using all of those resources that we have provided for you guys. Well, thank you so much for your time. I know I had a lot of information. I believe we might even have this video. We're recording it for live stream. We might even pass it on to isagenixbusiness.com, so make sure you're checking that out. Yes. And then also, I am just a lover of isagenixhealth.net. So go on there, tons of videos, articles, and I'm always a resource for you guys too if you have any questions.